The enemy should be afraid. A warning from a top Ukrainian commander. These National Guard troops are on a firing range testing a selection of new rifles aimed at combating professional Russian snipers. This weapon is advanced compared to the equipment currently used in eastern Ukraine. It has a modern scope with the option of a thermal or laser telescopic sight, ideal for round-the-clock operations. Perhaps most importantly, though, most come with the label Made in Ukraine, something the military leadership hope to see more of in the future. We have set targets for our weapons producers to be a world-class example and step-by-step gradually abandon Soviet weapons and move towards Ukrainian-made ones. The new weapons have a firing range of up to 1,200 meters, weigh around 4.5 kilos, and use a 7.62 caliber cartridge. The soldiers we spoke to gave them the thumbs up. Meanwhile, the trials were watched on by Alexander Turchinov, Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council Secretary. He announced the establishment of a new ammunition production plant. The only one Ukraine had is now in occupied Luhansk region. But that wasn't the only news Mr. Turchinov had. In the near future, a scientific research laboratory will be set up in the Sniper Training Center. They will explore and produce special ammunition for sniper weapons to help hit the enemy at long distances. Snipers have played a major role throughout the war in Donbass. Ukrainian soldiers at the front complain of a shortage of advanced gear and trained professionals. It's a distinct disadvantage on the battlefield against better armed Russian-backed separatist forces. The National Guard commander says most of the casualties we received today come from injuries or deaths from enemy artillery and snipers. We have great experience, though, with our anti-sniper work. After the trials, it's hoped production of the weapons in Ukraine will be expanded, so more snipers can keep the enemy in their crosshairs and the rest of the country safe.
Sniper is probably the most legendary military profession. Not every skilled shooter is a sniper, but each sniper is a skilled shooter. The effectiveness of a marksman's work is terrifying. He can appear in the most unexpected places and disappear without a trace. Today, we talk about sniper weapons.
Today in our program, classic sniper rifles. How to win enemies from smoking. What are the Ukrainian forces armed with? Modern sniper weapons of Ukraine. A knife and a sniper rifle. What do they have in common? All this in our program, Weapons.
The word sniper has its origin in the English dictionary as a snipe, a small and sharp bird.
The forerunners of snipers were revolutionaries who fought for independence of the United States. The British Army was sent to fight overseas with smoothbore muskets. But the colonists often used more accurate guns with rifled barrels and shot British officers one by one before the armies clashed on a battlefield. Thus, in 1777, General Simon Fraser was killed from a distance of about 400 meters. In its turn, the British Army was the first to be officially armed with rifled bore weapons. It was the Baker rifle, developed in 1800. During the Napoleonic Wars, the British effectively used special units of marksmen to scout out and destroy the enemy. During the Crimean War in the 1850s, sniper rifles of the British Army were for the first time upgraded with optical sights. And as early on as during the Boer War at the turn of the century, British marksmen already used camouflage costumes. And the First World War finally made the snipers what they are known to be today, specially trained and well-equipped elite shooters. During the Second World War, snipers were used on a mass scale. The names of the most effective sharpshooters became legendary. Ukrainian Lyudmila Pavlichenko is credited with 309 kills.
We'll start our review with the ancestors of the modern sniper rifles, the Mauser and the Mosin 3-line.
The legendary Mauser developed in the 19th century, is a perfect example of a classic sniper weapon. It is a 5-shot, bolt-action, manually operated rifle, which provides for perfect marksmanship. The Mosin rifle, developed in 1891, is equipped with a 5-round magazine. It is loaded with a 5-round sniper clip. A cartridge is put to the chamber by a bolt action. This allows making up to 10 shots per minute. The main feature of the Mosin rifle is its long life. This weapon was in mass production for almost 70 years. Ukrainian military depots contain a huge amount of Mosin rifles, which would be enough to arm tens of thousands of soldiers.
Mikhailo, let's get back to the historic past.
Mikhailo Kaidan, instructor of rifle shooting in Shooters Club Sapsan, Afghan war veteran, retired colonel of the Ukrainian Military Air Force, expert in historic weapons.
This is
the Mauser rifle with a 7x57mm cartridge. This Mauser rifle was so successful that almost half of the countries in the world selected it for service.
Carbine of Mauser system, model 1894, length 1 meter 25 centimeters, weight 4 kilos and 100 grams, magazine capacity 5 rounds, caliber 7.62, makes 10 to 15 shots per minute. The muzzle velocity of the bullet is 760 meters per second, effective fire range up to 600 meters, with optical sight up to 800 meters.
The Mauser system is basic for the sniper rifle, yet modern non-automatic rifles still use the bolt action, which largely replicates the Mauser bolt, and you can't tell the difference between precision hunting rifles from the Mauser.
The same principle?
The principle is the same, just with different ammunition. In 1889, Russia has already developed nitro power. After 2 years of competition, the military commission approved the rifle of Sergei Ivanovich Mosin, which appeared to be a little more reliable and less expensive to produce, and it met all the demands of the Russian Army Command.
The Mosin rifle, length 1 meter 30 centimeters, weight 4.5 kilos, magazine for 5 rounds, caliber 7.62, effective combat range up to 500 meters, with optical sight up to 750 meters, muzzle velocity 865 meters per second.
As for our army, we have a sniper rifle connected with the Mosin 3-line, on the basis which the first sniper rifle was made. It was equipped with a sniper scope.
What does it mean, 3-line?
The well-known 3-line rifle has been in service with the Russian and then Soviet army since the late 19th century. It's called the 3-line because measurements were in inches in Tsarist Russia. 1 line, 1/10 of an inch, like centimeters, divided into millimeters, 1/10 of a centimeter. So the 1/10 of an inch is a line, 2.54 millimeters. As for the Mosin rifle, I saw it back in the 1980s. Someone was armed with SVD and someone got a 3-line, and they were using it up to the present day. The only thing the rifle has limited resource of is 5,000 shots. And then it loses its quality. If it hasn't made this 5,000, it can be used nowadays.
Mauser and Mosin rifles are venerable veterans. They were designed as a mass weapon for regular military units, and they served soldiers well. However, with the development of automatic weapons, they have lost their popularity. Assault rifles with high rate of fire forced them out of the modern battlefield. But where one balanced and accurate shot is needed, gunsmiths are still using the principles of those legendary rifles.
Snipers say that smoking kills. Why would snipers say so?
After the Anglo-Boer War, the very tenacious bays appeared among soldiers, since more than 2 guys shouldn't get a light from one match, because when the third one is getting a light, those seconds can be enough for the enemy to notice this flame and to make a precision shot at one of them.
Let's put it to the test.
Let's do it.
This is one of those legendary Mauser rifles which were used by the Boers and brought terror to the British military. We'll find out if the myth of 3 smokers has survived the test of time. To avoid casualties, during our experiment, we'll use a target called Vova. Let's give Vova some fire. When matches start burning, the cartridge is put to the chamber. When Vova ignites a cigarette, he is at the gunpoint. Before he makes a puff, a shot is fired. Check this out. The bullet knocked the ashes off the cigarette. To avoid any mistake, we fixed a bag filled with colored liquid on the board. It is pierced through, just like Vova. The requirements for modern sniper rifles are getting increasingly rigorous. The guns are supposed to shoot faster, more accurately, and to have a longer shooting range. Gunsmiths are exploring new ways to improve their rifles. We will review the most interesting models.
We have 3 different rifles, a classic Soviet SVD, Japanese Howa and native Ukrainian Zbroyar Z15. Tell me about the most essential differences between them.
Serhiy Streltsov, expert in modern small arms. 6-time champion of Ukraine in tactical shooting. Vice president of the Shooters Club, Praktika.
Let's start with the SVD.
Okay, this is the classic Soviet Army gun, Dragunov sniper rifle. It is gas-operated, estimated passport effective shot range 600 meters, 7.62 to 54 cartridge. Basically, we can't say this is the perfect sniper rifle. It was developed for the army, for the average soldier.
The Dragunov sniper rifle has been in service for half a century. Developed in the Soviet Union, it's been through conflicts in Vietnam, Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Iraq, and still remains popular. Length 1.22 meters. Weight 4.5 kilos. Semi-automatic precision weapon with 10-shot magazine. Caliber 7.62. Effective range with optical sight up to 800 meters. The automatic action is based on gas-operated movement of reloading breech frame with a rotating bolt. Makes up to 30 shots per minute.
Next piece, the Japanese sniper rifle Howa.
The Japanese sniper rifle Howa is designed for precision shooting at the range up to 500 meters. Conceptually, it is a so-called urban sniper rifle used by police sharpshooters in close quarters. The rifle is mobile and lightweight.
Its main difference with the SVD is the bolt action. It means there is no gas operation system, so that the barrel is free-floating and more accurate. Any bolt-action rifle is basically more accurate than that.
It's not automatic?
No, it's manually operated bolt-action. Sniper rifles with the bolt-action shoot more precisely, because gas operation bolt affects the ballistics anyway. The work of the barrel depends on harmonic components. That is, the less the barrel is geared with different additional devices, the better it works. In automatic guns, it vibrates more anyway. Here it's less, which is the accuracy of the hits from sniper rifles with bolt action is better. In general, that's a high-end rifle, even if this one is a mid-level piece, the police version with the short barrel. It means it's more like, so to say, for urban snipers to use for not so long distances.
Howa rifle. Length 1 meter 3 centimeters. Weight 3 kilos 850 grams. Equipped with a bolt action, 5-round drop box magazine. Rate of fire 10 to 15 rounds per minute. Caliber 7.62. Effective range with an optical sight up to 500 meters.
The third piece is not actually a sniper rifle. In fact, it's a tactical support rifle in this conversion, like AR-15, which is a civil version of the M4 carbine, the one in service with US and NATO armies. Here we have the modification for the tactical support sniper. Its effective range is up to 300 meters. The cartridge is lightweight. It has a caliber of 223 Remington or 5.56 to 45 millimeters. The bullet is also lightweight, so it is easily carried away by the wind at long shots, so a sure hit on more than 300 meters is rather rare.
Ukrainian high-precision Z15 rifle is an analog to the legendary AR-15 and M16. Length up to 97 centimeters. Maximum effective range up to 600 meters. Caliber 5.56. It weighs 3 kilos and 300 grams. Box magazine for 10 and 30 rounds. A semi-automatic rifle, it has automatic reload, but fires single shots. It's powered by gas-operated reloading with a rotating bolt.
It's a construction set, that is, the rifle is to be made individually for a specific owner. Here we see not a regular buttstock, not a regular trigger, not a regular pistol grip. Almost everything is tuned up. The shooter may compose the rifle for himself, depending on his mission task. It can be fitted with 7, 10, 14, 16, 18 or 20-inch barrels, depending on the task.
There are rifles of various designs in the arsenal of modern sniper. Choosing semi-automatic weapon like SVD or Z15, a marksman wins out in the rate of fire. However, rifles with a good old bolt action provide for perfect precision of the shot. HOA would be more suitable for special units, for which individual, well-aimed shots may often be crucial. SVD is a typical army rifle fit primarily for use in the open, as automatics allows hitting multiple targets. Z15 has a lesser effective distance, but it's shorter and is fitted with a built-in silencer to disguise the shooter. Z15 is primarily suitable for urban fighting. The Ukrainian rifle combines many functions. It can be used as a close combat weapon and as a sniper rifle. In addition, Z15 lets one change the modules, so each fighter can easily customize the weapon.
This is where high-precision small arms are being manufactured. We are inside the Kiev-based gunsmith Zbroyar.
Future sniper rifles are coming to the plant in the form of metal billets. Every detail goes through transformation from a piece of metal to an element of high-precision system. Being processed, the original metal blanks lose up to 70% of their weight and become all metal details. Due to this technology, future rifles receive strong and light details. For small parts, Ukrainian-made machines are used. At high voltage, a thin wire with a special coating carves little details of the trigger mechanism. Then, prepared details go to the polishing workshop for painting and final assembly. This long and laborious process results in the manufacture of a premium-quality sniper rifle. The plant produces a wide range of sniper rifles, which we will sort out with the help of our expert. Oleksiy Morozyuk has a university technical education in civil aviation. From his youth, he's been interested in small arms. Since 2009, he's the head of the commercial service of Zbroyar Ltd.
Alexei, I'm fascinated with so many Ukrainian weapons.
Here we see the entire range of civil precision weapons for our production. For the topic we talk about tonight, it will be interesting to take a look at the Z10.
Z10 rifle, an analog of the American AR-10, developed by Eugene Stoner back in the 1950s. It has a 7.62 caliber and can make up to 120 rounds per minute due to its automatic gas operation system. Effective shot range up to 800 meters. Weight 5 kilos. Length 1 meter and 4 centimeters.
The Z10 carbine is made in caliber 308 Winchester. It's 7.62 to 51 if we take the metric system. With the barrel of 51 centimeters long, you can confidently operate this with a rifle at a distance of 800 meters, if the qualification of the shooter allows employing its potential. Shot groupings of the rifle ranges 0.7 to 1 minute of angle for a serial cartridge. Given that there is a tenacious chrome barrel applied, that can survive up to 10,000 shots. That is a gun for life for a civilian. We are working on the so-called third generation of Z008 carbine. Here it's in front of you. The carbine has not yet gone on sale. It's now ending the tests. We do them the most advanced way, with freezing and the bullet camera.
So I'm lucky to see it first.
This is one of the first pieces which underwent the full circle of tests.
Z008 is a bolt-action rifle. It allows you to fire only single shots, but it is this model that ensures the best shooting performance. Zbroyar is faithful to its traditions. This rifle, as well as others, can also be assembled from different modules. The piece we're given to test weighs 4 kilos. It is 1 meter long and uses ammunition of 7.62 caliber. It is the best performer in terms of targetable range, 1,000 meters.
This is a bolt-action rifle. We've seen the autos before. Now we have bolt-action rotating for 60 degrees. What is interesting in this invention, I'd like to note that this carbine is unique. It has no analogues. We used some elements of the architecture of semi-automatics, having a great experience with them. Here we have light alloy body and a portion of hardware which is used on semi-automatic guns. Identical grips, identical buttstocks can be used. The same logic of the fuses. It's very important that a person could go on from a semi-automatic to the bolt action. Having the same barrel length as that of the Z10 with 20 inches, that is 51 centimeters, this rifle is much lighter. We win almost 1 kilo. By shot grouping, it's almost twice better than the Z10.
It's an impressive difference.
Yes, this rifle is shooting with 0.3 minutes of angle with ammunition of different quality.
Calibre?
The same caliber, 308, but further we plan to use all these gauges which could fit with given cartridge sizes such as 243 and 260. Different options are possible.
And the material? I see only polymers. You don't use wood at all?
In the direction, let's call it tactical, wood is not welcomed. In the first place, you know, one should be more careful handling the wooden parts, and they are more vulnerable to temperature conditions.
And it's heavier?
We can't say that for sure. Both kinds could win some weight. You can get the light and interesting wooden buttstock, but it raises questions of another level. We'll move on further with these rifles and see the hookup of the carbine with the buttstock.
Those were series-produced models. Now on to prospective R&D. Each of these pieces is customized by hand to specific requirements. Their tactical and technical specifications are kept secret by the manufacturer. The only thing we've learned is that this rifle can precisely hit a target from a distance of up to 2,000 meters. So even a mere glance at this weapon is success.
Let's check the heavy artillery.
Yes, this is the Z008 custom rifle. It needs more than 300 hours of manual labor. Therefore, we can't say that it's mass-produced. Here we have a customization or completely manual assembly, depending on the equipment ordered by the customer.
So, you can make it individual?
Actually, most of these rifles have a specific buyer, even before they're built.
But I see something very similar next to it.
This is what's now considered to be the most delicious and interesting to your audience, the caliber 338 Lapua Magnum. The rifle is also assembled individually, but already on the basis of a larger bolt group. 338th cartridge with the length of 77 millimeters. It's 8.6 to 70. This is the Magnum, so the ejection port for empty cases is much bigger.
And why the muzzle brake compensator is so big?
The 338th cartridge is very sharp with strong recoil, and in order to compensate it, you need an effective braking. This muzzle brake is not a tribute to fashion or some visual effect. It is really important.
What is the effective fire range on target?
The assured firing range for an experienced shooter is 1,800 meters.
Just out of interest, we decided to test 2 sniper rifles, Z10 and Z008. The first test, you decided to show off your new medal for the return of the Crimea, you become an easy target. Both Z008 and Z10, from 100 meters, turn the little medal into a big hole. Second test, you want to slice some sausage? You turn into mince yourself. Both rifles allow hitting the blade of the sharpened knife less than 1 millimeter thick. The third test is not for the accuracy, but for shot grouping. Bullets are being placed very close to each other. It seems that after the first shot, you could close your eyes, and the other 2 bullets would have hit the mark anyway. So let's summarize. The armed forces of Ukraine are equipped with SVD that has an effective fire range of up to 800 meters. Those rifles were manufactured in huge numbers, as well as ammunition for them. Z10 could replace the obsolete SVD, but it uses cartridge a Western standard, which prevents it from entering service promptly. So SVD's service looks far from over. But the armed forces don't have a rifle with a targetable range up to 1,000 meters. Z008 can easily bridge this gap. Besides, it has a bolt action and free-floating barrel, which increases the accuracy and shot grouping. Z008 custom rifle, with effective fire range of up to 2 kilometers, will help Ukrainian military to get the enemies where they could not be reached before.
So, we've already got a great Ukrainian sniper rifle, a weapon is a beautiful thing, and a sniper rifle is a lethal kind of beauty. This was the show Weapons.